I don't know, I'm just naming all the saves slider because at this point I already started slider. I should have like maybe named it like 1, 2, and 3 or something, but oh well. Here's a ROM. Was it really necessary to bring out ROM this big for a vandalized froyo stand? I don't know. It makes you look official. Run, don't walk. To run, don't walk. New menu includes the Cronenberg and the Ridley Biscotti. Okay. Ridley Biscotti? Even the policeman has ads these days. Yeah, everything has ads. Does it look like he's had the best day to talk to you? The toppings everywhere. The humanity of it. I thought it was gonna be more than that actually. I was thinking we might be involved in the froyo investigation ourselves, you know, like a side quest, but I guess not. Here's some milk. Yogurt is actually made by fermenting milk with special yogurt cultures, which is then frozen to make froyo. Yeah, okay, that's what. Okay, it is just like frozen yogurt. That's what froyo is. I never knew. I never tried a froyo before. I don't think I barely ever see a froyo or whatever. A froyo stand. I've never really heard of it, to be honest. I've heard of like hot dog stands and ice cream trucks, but froyos? I don't know about that. I've never heard of it. I've never seen it in my real life anyway. Touch her. It's probably not a good idea to push Lexi around. Okay. The pretzel guy. Yes. Steve. He's been after this spot for years. It's Steve. Wow, those headphones are pretty A1. A1? I don't know what that means. I assume it's like good. Here's my ID. I know who you are, Slider. Apparently. Here's some milk. Every single time I dare put a bit of faith in you. Well, it's to show how poor I am. This is all I have for food, by the way. Can you give me some money, please? You have like a big salary, right? You came here for more credits, so... I don't think anyone actually brought this brand. It's like, what do you call it? Skull candy or whatever? Or Beats by Dre, you know? Some kind of like overhyped headphones that is actually not as good as the costs. Anyway. What do I do actually? I'm not sure what you do here. Look at Lexi. I gotta like distract her somehow. You deactivate the pump, stopping the water flow. Oh no. I assume that means if I talk to Alfie, the cutest robot ever, I have to say, something will happen. Hello, I'm Alfie. How may I help you? Would you like some cold refreshing water? Sure. Oh, you already seem to have full glass. Hold on. I gotta drink it first. Yum yum yum. Drink it. Drink the water. If you keep this up, you'll need to find a bathroom. You know, that's true actually. I said before, like, water is the best drink, but the only downside is because you drink so much water, you gotta take frequent bathroom trips, I feel like. That's why whenever I stream a game, I always take a break in the middle, because I drink so much water. I also drink a lot of water because I talk a lot, you know, and read a lot. I read stuff aloud. Okay, sure thing, I'll refill that right away. Please wait. Oh, this is embarrassing. I seem to have run out of cool, refreshing water. Self-destruct sequence. Starting, initiating, purpose of life lost. Must destroy all of Earth. No, water levels not okay. Water levels not okay. Water levels not okay. Panic ensuing. I'll be right back. Ah. Okay, I think that was voice acting somehow. Oof. Even though I turned off the voice acting. Oh, steal the ID card first, and then help her out. Perfect. That's all I needed. Okay, so now what? Let me keep that under my... Hey! What the hell are you doing, my ID? Oh, excuse me, Detective Rivers. I noticed it fell out of your pocket after that Wayward ROM crashed into you, and I wanted to make sure it didn't get lost in the shuffle. Yes. These sapient, AIs, they learn how to lie, eh? Huh. Well, thanks. What hit me? You said it was a ROM. Yes. It seemed to be following faulty programming of some kind. Perhaps it was the same one that damaged this vendor's car? Okay, now we're just leading her into a wild goose chase. It headed off in that direction. I guess I should check it out. Not like I have any other leads on this jackpot of a case. Just wasting her time. Hey you, Froyo guy. Tag along with me in case I need you to identify the robot. Who, me? But I've gotta attend my stand. My stando. Order. Cut the crap. It's not going anywhere, and the robot I posted will make sure nobody messes with the crime scene. Yes, ma'am. And you two. Don't think I don't know you're up to something. Keep your noses clean. I'll be in touch. Okay, we're just manipulating her position as a police officer. I don't know, I feel bad for Lexi. I don't like lying to her face. It's not very nice. As I was saying, let me keep it under my hat for now. I'm more than just a walking search engine, you know. Dramatics aside, we should return to Hayden's apartment. Okay. Oh, do we have the card or not? Are we just keeping it? Just saying that just to keep it, I guess. I guess that's correct. We're gonna find one of these and reactivate the pump. Ta-da! Look at that water spray. Now I'm wasting water. It's currently I'm wasting water. Okay, that's not wasting water. I mean, water is free technically, but the system. Oh, they broke the hose though because they ran away. Is Alfie sentient? I wonder, because why would like a ROM, like a typical virtual AI, or that's redundant actually, rather a virtual intelligence, a VI, why would they panic, and run away like that? That doesn't make sense. Unless there's something going on here where all the ROMs are like sentient for some reason. I don't know. I was gonna say though, obviously water is free, but the systems that make the water is not. You shouldn't waste it. Bad to waste water. Someone's gotta pay for it, Anyway, let's go to the map. Let's go back to the apartment. We have the ID, right? So we're allowed in, right? That's my ID. Can I talk to you? Halt, citizen. This area has been cordoned off by the police. I apologize for the inconvenience, but you're not allowed to enter. This is Detective Lexi Rivers, badge number 881126. I'll be entering the crime scene by assistant to gather evidence. Okay, we're impersonating her. This is illegal. This is incredibly illegal. This is also illegal in real life. Impersonating a cop is how it's how you get landed into the slammer for a long time. But please move out, but maintain the perimeter. Of course, Detective Rivers. Good luck with your investigation. She's gonna find out. So, you impressed yet? Have I proven my usefulness, Slider? Not bad at all. At times, I feel my inexperience may be holding us back, but I will continue to do my best to assist you. I just wish Hayden had given me more practical training to deal with this kind of situation. Or even just being out and about in general. It can be a bit overwhelming at times. Oh, how did that work with just Lexi's voice anyway? Can't the police bot see us? Well, I'm not sure I'll call that seeing. The Neo San Francisco Police Department uses a government rebuild of the old Robodyne 6300 Mark B. They're antique enough that I'm surprised they are in a museum. Their optics are a paltry 10 megapixels, and it was a child's play for me to modulate my forward display into a tight beam of an image aimed directly into its lens. I also transmitted the credentials we got from Detective Rivers' badge earlier. I probably could have gotten away with just that, but better safe than sorry when impersonating an officer of the law. it's still bad. Frankly, I'm rather embarrassed for the ROM. The poor thing's older than your computer. But enough of that. But enough talk. How about you? No, but enough of that. Let's get the data cache and return to Tomcat. What is a ROM? A miserable pile of data. You steal men's salt. Okay, well, actually, he's been vandalized. It's funny that it's vandalized after the fact rather than before. What's going on? I don't know what this is. Pure? Oh, okay. Is this the human revolution? Is that what this is about? Is that what this is about? What? Nani? Oh no! Oh no! Our apartment, my home. Who could have done this? Why? Jeez, those tags look like human revolution graffiti. I never asked for this. What does the human revolution want with Hayden? Why would they break our things? I don't know what to do. This place, these items, they're all I have of Hayden. What if he's gone for good? Well, that means he's dead, and we should hold a funeral. What will I do if I can't find him? This was all I had left. Get it together, relax. It's just stuff. It's just stuff. You're right. I apologize for the emotional outburst, Slider. Well, let's look around and see if we can find the data cache in all this mess. Okay. We don't have time to waste on my histrionics. Pure graffiti, eh? Tech scum. It's hard to read, but I guess it's subtitled. Humanity has changed rapidly in the last century. Hybridization of the human genome and cybernetic augmentation has, in the human evolution's viewpoint, diluted the purity and strength of the species. Well, it's a very common theme in cyberpunk. In fact, I believe that's actually literally the plot in Deus Ex: Human Revolution. It's literally that. It's like cybernetics versus like just pure, I guess, human biology without any augmentations. There's an argument here, I feel like, about stuff like that. I mean, it's always, I remember actually when I played that game, I remember, you know, they make good points, right? Like, you know, obviously cybernetic augmentations are good because they allow you to do things beyond your human body, right? And it can also like fix people. For example, if you lose a leg and everything, you can replace your cybernetic. That's great. Because now, you know, otherwise you wouldn't have a leg in the first place. And also, just in general, it might make you live longer, stuff like that, right? It's great. However, I mean, it depends on the setting. Especially if it's a dystopia. Usually, the cybernetics are, for one, probably very expensive, and two, at least in Deus Ex: Human Revolution, often you need to have a lot of maintenance to pay for that cybernetic. In the first place, got like and particularly specifically in that setting, you needed some kind of drug, right? So like, and that's obviously something you have to be reliant on, and depending on how that's distributed, it could be a very big burden on your bank account, you know. And a lot of people, and this is the biggest thing, a lot of people can't afford the cybernetics in the first place. So what good is the cybernetics if only rich people can afford it, you know? So stuff like that. I think there's an argument there. I guess you can make for both sides. It really just depends on how you use the technology rather than what the technology is. And well, that's the central core conflict in a lot of like cyberpunk, cybernetic augmentation, you know, sci-fi stories are all about. Anyway, torn a plant though. I'm going to turn the plant. Someone took the time to methodically shred the poor plant. Hey, that means my plant is better now. It used to be that their plant, Hayden's plant, was superior to us. So who's superior now, huh? Mine's better. At least mine's not dead. The view is marred by graffiti and splintered glass. Busted TV. A ROM piece has been embedded into the high-res screen. Not very high-res right now. Tech scum. I think you're right about this being human revolution propaganda. but Hayden is an unlikely target. I know they don't like Parallax, because they think advanced technology in general is bad, but they spend most of their time going after hybrids and cyborgs. I'll run some deep meshnet searches and see if anything turns up. Empty desk? It's been raided. The desk has been ransacked and tagged with spray paint. I think the data cache is gone. We've searched everywhere, and it just isn't here. Well, someone stole it. I hate to return to Tomcat empty-handed, but this leaves us twisting in the wind. Perhaps they can point us in a new direction. Quest failed. The data cache is no longer our main objective, but it'd be nice to know where it is and why it was taken. I wonder what the human revolution would need the data cache for anyway. Well, probably it might be a scapegoat. If I had to guess, the person that vandalized this place was just doing so to cover up the real crime, which is stealing the information. Yeah, well, that's my first thought. Maybe someone's framing the human revolution. That's a distinct possibility. I just don't have enough personal experience with the human revolution to give you an honest answer. The information on the meshnet is extremely conflicting and desperately polarized. Some of it paints them as neo-Druid nature lovers, others parts as bigots stuck in the past. Perhaps we could... Slider, and then we die. We explode. There's a bomb inside the compartment. Game over. You lose. This game does not autosave, so please be sure to save frequently. Yes. Yeah, well, maybe you should make it autosave. You know? There's a warning there, but like, why not make it autosave in that case? I don't know. I'm not the developer. Maybe they didn't think of it in the beginning, so it's hard to implement it later, I guess. If I had to guess. There you go, I guess this is a new chapter. I wonder how many chapters there are. I know this game, again, the game is not too long. I believe I'll probably finish this pretty quickly. If I had to guess, maybe like 4 streams in total. You know, relatively not that long. Okay, I'm okay apparently. Well, thank goodness you're finally awake. I have spent the past 30 minutes calculating the odds of you being indefinitely incapacitated or immobilized. Basically a corpse. Also, can I can't click on that yet. I'm relieved to find my pessimism was misplaced, that you appear to be okay. I can't click on the menu. It's funny, the game told you to save, but I can't save. At least unless I press escape. I don't want to press anything on the keyboard accidentally. I might close the game, I don't know. My head is killing me. What happened? Someone ambushed us at the apartment. After you collapsed, my power systems were jammed by whoever attacked us. EMP as well. They came prepared. It took me 2 minutes to reboot and call an ambulance. When we left, I noticed they had done the same thing to the NSFPD ROM that was standing post. It takes a lot of power to crash one of those, even temporarily. Well, hopefully the records of us infiltrating the crime scene was also erased, because otherwise we'd be in trouble. Serious military hardware like that is difficult to obtain, but that type of non-lethal electrical field would interrupt my systems as well. Likely a mil-spec neural scrambler. Mil-spec. Military specialized? Why did they attack us and just leave? If we walked in on them while they were searching the apartment for Hayden's files, I can understand them stunning us to make their escape. But the probability that they're actually after me, or rather the research behind my creation, seems high. Leaving me when I was so vulnerable makes no sense. Makes no sense at all. Who did this? First guess, Hayden. Turns out Hayden was alive this entire time. He was never kidnapped. It was all just a prank, by the way. It was all just a test for Turing to make them interact with a human being and see how they react? It was all just a prank. That's my first guess. I'm calling it now. That's the end of the game. Sorry, I spoiled it. Sorry. The entire plot is been revealed already. Anyway, I don't know. I actually don't know if that's true or not. I now believe my original hypothesis to have been correct. Hayden must have been kidnapped by a powerful organization looking to get control of his research. Trashing our apartment may have been a cover for the theft of the data cache we were looking for. Maybe they didn't recognize you? That seems unlikely. Even the most casual access to Hayden's research would have turned up physical descriptions of me. And even if they weren't sure... Well, I'd play it better safe than sorry if I were them. We are at the scene of the crime, so to speak. Surely interrogating us would have cost him little. And torturing us, and also dumping our bodies into the ocean. Did you see who hit us? No, I didn't. They assaulted us from behind, and nothing showed up on my optics before I was disrupted. Who has a history of assault and battery? First, our landlord. You know, I was thinking our landlord. Wasn't he or weren't they like a criminal of some variety that assaulted people before or something? It's either a landlord or Lexi. Lexi also has a history, apparently, of being violent, at least so far. I don't know, actually I don't know if they ever mentioned that she was violent, but it seems to imply that she is. They saw her behind us, young girl disrupted. They either had cloaking of some kind, or they're like a ninja, maybe? Stealth ninja? Or were extraordinarily careful while making their way to that apartment. It's that ninja. Snake! Hurt me more! No, My optics, while not top of the line, are better than off-the-shelf ROMs, and I should be able to detect any thermal changes from someone being there. Oh, before I forget, here are your belongings. Ah yes, my spoiled milk. Thank you. The nurses had me hold on to them for you until you awoke. Here's your ID card. Don't lose this again. Here are those headphones you reviewed. I do have to, hand those in. They're real. I don't know. I don't know how review copies work. I assume you get to keep them, but maybe not. The game did mention have to give them back or something. So if I did lose them, maybe I have to pay, which I don't want. Obviously, you don't want to do. I know this article on your computer before. Good job getting published. Oh, and here's your spoiled milk. Ah yes, thank you. The one item that I need. Luckily, the hospital staff didn't find your carrying of a carton of spoiled milk around to be a cause for concern. And finally, here's your commemorative glass of water that you got from Alfie. Ah yes, that too. Looks like I got broken. Oh, damn it! Now all we need to do is this broken commemorative glass. This broken glass. I wonder if you could get other items in the first chapter. It seemed like a big list, I wonder if you can get other things. Well, maybe we should just throw the glass away. I don't know, you can use it as a weapon, broken glass. You're right, you might want to cut yourself. What if I want to cut other people though? Come on. Come on. Look, I just want to be incredibly violent in a video game. Is that so hard to ask for? Just let me know when you want to leave. Alright. Huh? Question mark. Excuse me. Are you talking about Hayden Weber? Weber? Is it Weber? 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 I'm reminded of Max Weber. Weber. I feel like that's a person. I don't know. I forget who that is, but I think that's a person. Anyway, let me just save in this silent moment with the beeping of the thing. Oh, oops, I didn't do that. I actually want to save. Come on, save. Save another slot. Make 1,000,000 slots, by the way. Oop. Oop. Beep. Oop. Beep. Flatline, because I'm dead. No, you seem to be doing okay. Touch. You're a writer, not a doctor. Sit back down. Talk to it. How are things, Metacomp? Okay. Auto-tune? Everything is okay. Good enough. Have some milk. You'll be going to a place far worse than here if you do that. That's right, milk gel. Headphones. Listening to your diagnostic reading so close and focused is kind of creepy. And you scan your ID card and the medical bleeps. Amazing. Has Turing been sitting here by your side the entire time? Talk. I think I recognize that voice, but I can't be sure. I like the animations, by the way. It's like animations. Already knows who you are. Doesn't take headphones like these to hear Turing loud and clear all the time. Alright. My bad. I'm not. I assume they're behind the curtain, but I'm not doing that yet. I always do everything else first before I move on. It's the typical gamer way, right? Always explore all the nooks and crannies before you actually do the main quest. It's decently comfortable in spite of the coverings. Use bed. The bed already is cold to the touch. Milk. Yeah, milk. That wouldn't even be a good prank if it were somebody else in the bed. Alright. Standard hospital curtain. Low quality fabric, tacky stereo color, and steam clean beyond recognition. Steamed curtains. Steamed hams? Anyways, open it. Who are you? Oh, okay. You're, patient, I guess. You have very fancy chair. Is that like a... So is it like a fancy wheelchair? Is that what it is? Except, obviously, it's incredibly high-tech. Somehow. A nice, busy, crowded view of the town. Talk to the window. No, talk to you, talk to the window. The beat of the view inspires you to hum a little ditty. Locked, but you dig the warmth from the sun. Milk. The window's locked. There must be better use for milk than just running through. How about I throw my ID out again? Don't try to throw it out there. You just got it back. Okay. Oh, actually, hold on. Medical station. Some sort of medical device hooked up to his chair since you're running diagnosis on his status. That's dangerous. Plus, he's sitting right there. Well, it seems connected. I don't know how it works. I assume it's like a wheelchair. Maybe not. I mean, he's sitting in a very smug way, by the way. So maybe it's not a wheelchair. It's just a fancy medical thing. I don't know what it is. Talk to the medical station. Maybe Turing's more than a speaking computer. You have to speak in binary, ones and zeros. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I can't do that. Are you threatened by the presence of something potentially more technology advanced than Turing? Maybe. Indeterminate bleeps and blues, not like the ones coming from your Medicomp. Alright, let's look at him. Seems like he's your roommate. Let's finally talk. After, like, you know, just staring at everything else. And then finally start a conversation. Sorry for being nosy, Nancy. Hayden's an old friend of mine, and this sounded all too familiar. Has anything happened to him? Who are you? Of course. I've not yet introduced myself. My name is Dr. Yannick Fairlight, and I'm the founder and former CEO of System 1 Software, now owned by Parallax. Okay, so this is the original CEO of Parallax and everything. He's telling the truth, at least as far as I can intuit from the information on the meshnet. And I do recall Hayden mentioning a Dr. Fairlight, at least once in passing at some point. See? I don't bite. Whenever you say that, that makes you suspicious when you say I don't bite. Were you listening on in our conversation? Stop eavesdropping. I hate to be the one to tell you, but privacy screens are hardly soundproof. However, if this situation concerns us both, perhaps we can help each other out. I will press you for details, but perhaps I could be of some assistance. I remember my association with Hayden fondly, and I'd be happy to help in any way I can. Your former CEO? Ah, yes. As I've mentioned, Parallax acquired my company, System 1 Software. I accepted a CTO position and additionally served on Parallax's board for several years. The other directors and I had a difference of opinion about the direction the organization should take. The non-centralized data scheme for most ROMs used today seemed ludicrous at the time. We were playing with fire, dangerous, morally ambiguous fire. And, well, we hadn't invented a bucket of water. Let's just say, it's a metaphor, I guess. So when Parallax's servers were destroyed by hobbyist hackers, well, needless to say, it was a PR nightmare. Everything halted until we could get the damage fixed. And since the security work that goes into maintaining the integrity of near impenetrable mesh net is astronomically expensive, we had our share of disagreements. In the end, I was voted off the board and they went on without me. Do I have hard feelings? Of course, who wouldn't? In the end though, it really doesn't matter. I'm an old rich man with enough hobbies to last the next 2 decades. Okay? As you may hate him. You know, I was gonna say, like, we're gonna be asking these questions, we're just somehow getting the entire life story for very little reason, but we are a journalist, so this kind of makes sense that we're interviewing people, you know, just imagine us taking out a notebook, and it's like, oh, okay, this is kind of interview, okay, I guess I have to spill up my entire backstory in that case, you know, otherwise I wouldn't. Hayden and I made our acquaintances when the 2 companies first underwent the merger. At the time, he was a young hotshot researcher working in the search data correlation sector. He was assigned to find the best ways to integrate Parallax's own collection and analysis tools into System 1's LIPS operating system. It was a bit much to handle at times, honestly. But I admired his passion for the subject. You know anything about Hayden's research? His research? No, not so much. I remember at the time he had the interest in advanced machine sapience, but that is the realm of science fiction. But this is, well, you see, we are in a science fiction game. Don't you know? What? We're in a video game. Yes, your whole existence is fake. It's all fictional. Literally science fiction. Oh my god. He once showed me a prototype of his. She was quite clever, very convincing, but you could tell she did not contain the spark of life. I assume that you are another of his creations. Yes, I am. I'm sorry, I didn't introduce myself. My name is Turing and he's Slider. Did you say she? Yes, she was quite insistent on that fact over the course of my conversation with her. Hayden said that she had picked out the color for her casing herself. Pastel pink, which is ironic, because it's funny though. You know, I guess this game it goes a little bit about gender, but like, it's funny how, you know, just in general, pink is associated with femininity because it used to be a manly color. You know, it used to be pink was manly and blue was girly. You know, but then it switched, I guess. You know, gender really is just like made up for the most part. At least, you know, at least the associations with it anyway. Still, I must assume you are far more advanced than she if you're spearheading the search for your creator. Perhaps I should have more faith in Hayden's little hobby. Do you know what became of her? Or where she might be now? Hayden has told me so little of his past research. I'm sorry, Turing. It was a long time ago, and I'm afraid my memory is not what it used to be. It's playing the old, I'm just an old man, don't worry about me, I don't remember anything. I totally don't have a bunch of secrets that I'm hiding from you. If any of my contacts in Parallax makes mention of your erstwhile sibling, I'll pass it on to you. First time we're hearing about the sibling. I wonder if they're somehow involved as well. This like prototype Turing, you know? Turing's like sister, I guess. I wonder if they're the one that kidnapped Hayden for some reason, but Thank you, Dr. Fairlight. Let's ask about something else. Of course, ask away. What are you doing here? The chair you find me in is an advanced diagnostic and life support ROM. Oh, it's a ROM. Its development is one of my hobbies, so to speak. It monitors my vitals and administers medications as necessary to keep my body stable. I likely would have perished long ago without it, or at least would have been severely bedridden. It requires frequent maintenance, and I'm here to have it examined. There's a particular fellow at this hospital who is the only one I trust to run the correct diagnostics and fine-tune things to my exact needs. It's the same way you might get your car serviced, making sure everything's in check. It's too integral to my health to count on just luck. What if you're... when I think of car mechanics though, sometimes... I don't know if it's true or not, because I'm not a mechanic, and I don't have a car, gotta be honest. But whenever I hear about car mechanics, I always hear about how like they overcharge their time on the car. They create problems so that they need to fix them later on. I mean, I guess that's also a thing in many like service jobs. Like, is it true or not? I don't know. For example, like what do you call it? Like security professionals or whatever, like computer security. Sometimes, you know, you think that maybe they're the ones that make the viruses so that you pay for their services or something. I don't know. I feel that's a bit conspiratorial though. You know, sounds like a conspiracy to me, but I don't know for sure. Maybe that is the case. You know, it's all just to take your money. They make the viruses and they also make the antiviruses, and then they take all your money. I don't know if it's true or not. Unfortunately, many critically injured patients were rushed into surgery all at once, and my opponent has been pushed back. So I guess, well, I don't know. I mean, a lot of, like, you know, I guess so-called hackers, quote-unquote, they do tend to, if they get good at it anyway, they actually sometimes flip sides, you know, instead of being the actual hacker, they instead work for companies, you know, so they get an actual paycheck and everything. They do end up working for companies to look for security holes, I guess. I would call them like security. What do we call? I remember actually there was like a hacker in Valhalla. Actually, her name was Alma, I guess. She does have that job, security. Like, what's it called? Security consultant. Is that what it's called? The official name? Anyway. But the hospital is I can't speak. The hospital administrators placed me here with arresting patients so as not to be disturbed by the chaos outside. I don't think they expected you to awaken quite as quickly as you did. How can you help? How can you help me? I can think of a few ways. I still have some contacts in Parallax and can put out some client feelers. Maybe they'll know something. I will admit, I don't have much to offer until there's more information. Is there anything you tell me? I like to help in any way I can. What did you find at Hayden's apartment? I don't know if I trust you. You look... I don't know. I don't know if I should trust the corpse, you know? The corporations. The corporals. The first time we went, nothing. But when we went back to extract his computer's data cache, the place had been pillaged. And the Human Revolution has spray-painted slogans all over our walls. Hayden's computers was gone, and we were assaulted. And now we're here, injured and losing our trail with each passing second. You know, maybe I'm just paranoid now. Maybe this guy, you know, attacked us, and now we're being interrogated right now. We don't know it. Oh no. We're still frustratingly in the dark and running out of time. I feel Hayden is slipping out of reach. I'm failing him. I'm very sorry to hear that. I wish I could do more. Hayden's company was most enjoyable. What do you want? What do you want? Mr. Rectangle glasses. That's very small, thin rectangles. I don't know how that works. Well, I guess, because the art style as well. I guess they do have small eyes. But anyway, what do I want? It would be nice to be young again. Play the darling of the company. Corporates and pauper alike. Yes, just give me the potion of immortality real quick. But right now, someone I grew very fond of is in great danger. I simply wish to see Hayden home again, safe. It's out of the goodness of his heart, I guess. Suspicious, just suspect anyone who does anything for free. It's been very interesting speaking to you, Dr. Fairlight. Are we sure we can trust him? Should we trust him? Or we shouldn't trust him? Are we sure we can trust him? I'm just gonna ask. What do you think? What's your opinion, Turing? I don't think we have any choice. If I'm looking into this on my own, you might as well benefit from it. We both want the same thing, yes? That's what they all say. We want the both same thing. It's up to us to seize opportunity when it appears. I don't know why. I'm just incredibly paranoid and suspicious of this dude. It just so happens to be in the same room, huh? You would think a rich guy like this, he'll be in his private, hospital room, but somehow he stays with us. I don't know, man. I think I have a lead for you two that will prove most useful. You said you found Human Revolution slogans spray painted on the walls. I am acquaintances with the man leading the current Human Revolution protests at the Genius Clinic. His name is Brian Mulberry. Brian. After an introduction from me, he may be willing to shine some light on that particular event. You're involved in the Human Revolution? No, not in this lifetime, even if I so desired. I don't think I would approve of much of my work. While Mr. Mulberry and I were associated with each other once, it was before he joined the Human Revolution. I find their methodology too aggressive and their stated goals dangerously backwards. While I pushed for careful deployment of technology after the Parallax System 1 merger, I am no caveman. That's kind of rude, calling them cavemen. That's no condescending. After all, I'd likely be dead without the advanced technology that goes in this chair. But only because you could afford it, Mr. Rich Man. I don't know if I could trust this capitalist pig, is all I'm saying. No, I'm kidding. Anyway. That's a little much. I don't know, I guess, assuming he's not suspicious and totally going to betray us, I guess he's just a nice old man, He's just a nice old man. How can you mistrust his smile? He's a nice smile. How do you know Brian, though? Well, when I exited Parallax, I sought out like-minded individuals. We worked together to prevent a full deployment of the MeshNet system. Brian Mulberry was one such person. We did not succeed in our efforts, obviously. Come to think of it, that event might have been what prompted Brian to take a more radical stance against technology. Well, but yes, our motivations align for one brief time, and I gained his respect from it. Hopefully that can be useful for you. Sometimes they talk a little slow, by the way. I don't know if they're synced to the original voice acting, maybe? Was that the case? But then again, the game did not have voice acting when it was released initially, though. So I don't know. It's just slow. I don't know if there's a way to increase the text speed. I don't think there is. Because otherwise, how would they sync the voice acting, right? Because there seems to be some kind of lip sync. But thank you for helping us, I guess. I will send a message downstairs to my assistant, Leon Decker. Decker? Is that a reference to something? Isn't there a movie? I never watched it, but I hear it referenced sometimes. I believe Decker is the main character in a cyberpunk movie called Blade Runner, I think? Is that the case? I'm not sure. I feel like that's a reference. There's probably a lot of references actually in this game. A lot of them are gonna fly over my head, but he will hand you one of my cards to prove your association with me to Mr. Mulberry. Make sure you speak to him before you leave. In the meantime, I'll get in touch with some other individuals I know and try to find out anything or any other information about Hayden that I might be able to pass on to you. I'll be in contact. It was a pleasure meeting you both. We should get going, Turing. Ah, of course. Please, do not let me delay you any further. Good luck, Turing. I don't think Hayden's faith in you is misplaced. You are an impressive piece of technology. I could use you in my grand scheme to take over the world. I mean, what? Thank you, Miss Dr. Fairlight. We'll be in touch. Should I call downstairs to have you discharged, Slider? Yes please, let's go. I don't think there's anything else to explore. Here's Lexi. She's angry with us. What the hell is wrong with you? I can't believe that you're still pulling the exact same shit you were years ago. This time is truly unreal. Are we doing the same? I guess we are, apparently. I have no idea what we did before, but I guess our character was a little reckless in the past. Do you even realize how bad impersonating a police officer is? It's a felony, jackass. Yeah, it is. That's what I've been saying. I should be slapping cuffs on you and dragging your sorry ass off right now. Detective Rivers, wait. I'm sorry. The plan to lift your credentials and use them to access Hayden's apartment was entirely mine. Also, I feel it necessary to mention that, though you are understandably upset, such language and imagery is beneath you as a respected officer of the law. Oh great. The robot did it, huh? Guess I'll just take you to jail then instead. That's what you want? Robots don't have rights though. You know, they're not people under the law of the land, so like you can't do that. It's just an object. Don't even try to take all the blame. I know that certain someone lent you a helping hand. It isn't like you to have hardware to pull that off alone, little bot. Well, to be honest, Detective Rivers, I think I'll tell you the whole truth, since my friend here trusts you. Keep it under your hat, though. She doesn't have a hat, you know? Though, metaphorically, oh, okay. Metaphorically. I am no ordinary ROM, but actually a prototype designed to be the first fully sapient machine. I suspect creating me is the main factor behind Hayden's disappearance, beyond his day-to-day research for parallax. My name is Turing. Okay, okay. Hi, Turing. Well, that's a damn bigger problem than you first let on, huh, old pal? The first machine sapient. People are gonna have things to say about that. Especially the human revolution. Ugh, this is exactly what I wanted to avoid. You sure know how to get yourself dropped in the drink. What the hell am I supposed to do, the two of you? I guess I'm letting you off the hook. I guess corruption. What do you call it? I mean, it's called corruption, but also something else. What do you call it? Like when like a police officer obviously has like biases, you know, and like definitely plays favorites because obviously we're related, I guess. This time, and only because this time, I can let you get away with it safely. I doubt anyone will notice your manipulation of that NSFPD ROM, nor that I was apparently in two places at once. But, mostly because I think you're right. Someone higher up in the department is trying to delay any search into Hayden's disappearance. Here's the story. Apparently the investigations you ran to this morning were about to lock on the apartment door being reported broken by a neighbor. The building couldn't reach Hayden, so they went ahead and got it fixed on their own, but the NSFPD set about to check things out and guard the place for a while afterward, right? Standard procedure, treating it as a break-in. Have someone stand there for when Hayden shows up. Obviously, you and I know there's a bigger story, but when I filled out the missing person report, I was informed in no uncertain terms that I'm to wait an entire 48 hours before I can upgrade the existing case. That's a myth, by the way. You know how you always hear that, by the way, in real life. you have to wait 48 hours before you can actually fill in the missing persons report of any kind of like missing person. But that's a lie. You shouldn't do that because that's how people go missing in the first place forever. So, I mean, you know, I guess police officers can argue that, oh, sometimes it's because maybe they run away. You know, like a kid running away from home is doing it of their own accord, not because they got kidnapped or whatever. But still, you still gotta report it as soon as you notice you think that someone's missing, because it's a complete myth that you have to wait at all. That's not real. At least, I don't know. It might depend on the police department, though. I don't know what the rules are actually locally, but generally speaking, that's a myth. Anyway, why? Just on the off chance the door being busted and Hayden being missing are unrelated, my search screws something up for the completion of the break-in report. As if there's a problem. You're so by the book you're getting paper cuts. And that was before all this happened. The chief's not happy about whoever took the bot out. That's who they're after now. They wouldn't care if Hayden never shows. Today's assault and the vandalization of our apartment will only make the entire situation more confusing and sensitive for the police. There's too many moving parts to piece anything together, and it's not fun trying to argue with the bureaucrats that one thing happened over another. These little incidents of smashing shit and spray paint sound more like throw your stamp 2.0 to them than a serious abduction. And I suppose I won't be very useful as a witness to the kidnapping without explaining the makeup of my being to the entire department, which will only scandalize the things further. Darn it all. Look, it's not being squashed completely, so don't think anyone's been bought. But until there's undeniable proof Hayden was taken by force, they're gonna care more about the poor doorknob and some paint on the walls than him being missing. Which means somebody definitely has some influence, enough to buy themselves time by forcing me to follow protocol to a T. Not that I will, but I'm gonna have to keep things quiet. It sounds like it's going to be up to us. Yeah, so stop messing around, Slider. Which is me, Slider, yes. There's certainly a story here, but if you keep botching your moves, you'll blow it. What am I supposed to... I had no choice. It's funny, look. There's a very linear narrative, and they're blaming me for some mistakes I had no control over. Anyway, I'd rather you not be involved at all, but I know that isn't gonna happen at this point. I've got a bad feeling people are gonna end up dead over this. I don't want you to be one of them, buddy. And I really don't want to be the one making that call to your sister. Please. By the way, your sibling's dead, I guess? I can handle myself, Lexi. Don't mother me. Get out of here. No, I'll be careful. Yeah, I know. Just here. Here's a gun. Yes, I knew it. I said it before it showed up. I said it before it popped up. Actually, a gun. They actually literally give me a gun. Time to shoot some fools. Let's go. Pew, 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 pew. Take this. Use it if you have to. Is this the same thing we got hit with? It's not. This is a medium-range electro-laser pistol. It uses a low-power laser to create a channel of ionized gas to complete a circuit between the gun and the target, then discharges a considerable amount of current into the air. Think of it as a wireless taser of the older variety. Now that's interesting. A wireless taser, eh? Everything's becoming wireless these days. This is a more suitable personal defense weapon. It is legal to carry in Neo SF without a license. Oh, really? You know, I live in Canada. You can't do that. You can't carry a taser. You can't carry most things for self-defense, really. You're not allowed to do that. So I don't know how it is in America, but in Canada we can't do that. You can't just hold on to it like a taser or anything. That's not allowed. The neural scrambler we were attacked with uses a powerful electromagnetic field to disrupt electrical signals in the target's nervous system. That's far more dangerous and prone to be permanently damaging to the target. Yeah, that's true. You know, I said before, but like anytime they mention like non-lethal weapons in the police, like tasers, it's not non-lethal, it's less than lethal. It's a really small distinction, but that means there's still a potential to kill, you know, or otherwise cause like permanent injury, I guess. You got lucky. I told you to get a weapon, but you didn't, so I picked it up on the way here. Be smart with it. You know, I wonder, can you, again, I wonder in chapter 1, were we able to get some items? Was there like a place to get guns? I don't know, I didn't seem like it. I didn't see like a gun store on like the map or anything, so anyway. Well, thanks. I hope I won't need it. Me either, Slider. I'll be in touch if I find anything else, but don't hold your breath. My spirits are gonna keep leaning on me to do nothing. Back to the grind, I guess. See ya. Stay safe. Thank you for your time, Detective Rivers. Alright. You should talk to the receptionist and formally check out before we go anywhere. We should also look for Dr. Fairlight's assistant, Mr. Decker. He should be somewhere around. Alright. So there you go. I guess the investigation has escalated. At first, it wasn't really my problem. You know, I could easily say, oh, it's not my problem. I'll just not do anything. I'll just let Hayden be kidnapped and, you know, go away, robot. But now it's a little bit more involved because now people are attacking us. You know, they're trying to assassinate us now. Though I guess it wasn't really assassination since we lived, but I don't know. Why they attack is weird. But I guess it's getting a little bit more serious now, and we gotta find Hayden and figure out what's happening. I guess we'll see.